Good morning, fifth graders. I hope you're having a great morning today. Just wanted to go through what we have today and talk a little bit about your assignments that you should be working on. Let's see, today is Wednesday, so our lessons tomorrow will be Thursday. I hope coordinate planes are going okay. I do have these videos attached for you to check out if you are struggling with any of the problems. Today you're going to be working on some word problems with them, and it kind of makes our coordinate planes a little bit more fun. So I think your slides for today start on slide 10. The last slide is extra credit, so feel free to skip those. But this is talking about making a coordinate plane into a graph, and I'll do a problem with you. It says the police station is how many blocks, which direction of the school? So the police station is how many blocks away from the school? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can put a 7 in here. And which direction is it of the school? So looking at our compass over here, is the police station north of the school, east of the school, south of the school, or west of the school? The police station is below the school, so that would be south. So we would type south in here. Then you guys can talk about the post office to the police station, and then also talking about if somebody's going on a walk to a couple of places. See if you can figure out how many he would go. For this one, it has little fraction coordinate directions, so we can do an example together today. A circle talks about the x-coordinate being 3.5. Let's look at our number lines down here on the x-axis. It says that the 3 is here and the 4 is here. That would make 3.5 along this line. The y-coordinate says 4, so I'm going to go on this line all the way up to 4. So here's 1, here's 2, 3, and 4. So this is where my circle needs to go. And you'll get to place the rest of the shapes on the coordinate plane. We'll do the same thing on this slide as well. This slide is decimals. And I'm going to make this one extra credit too because we haven't done it for a smidgen of time. But if you look down below, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it says 5/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it says a whole. So I'm going to say that each of these are 1/10. So this is 0, this is 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then a whole 4/10. It says that my circle needs to be placed at 4/10 on the x-axis. So 4/10 is below the 5. Whoa. And then it says I need to go up to 8/10 on the y-axis. So I'll go all the way up to 8/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10. So my circle goes here. Now for these 4 down below, you're going to need to type in the coordinates of the shapes that are already on the coordinate plane. So our square, 5/10, 6/10, is at 7/10 on the x-axis. And the y-axis, we're going to go up 1/10, 2/10, 3/10. So it will be 3/10 on the y-axis for the square. You guys can go ahead and place the rest of them and practice your problems here. Get rid of those out of the way. Okay. And this one is a extra credit problem, kind of, if you want to try a little bit of a challenge. You're starting at 7, 6, and then you need to talk about if I go 3 units to the left and 2 units above, what would the next point be? And then you can just drag these numbers over to where they belong. But like I said, this is an extra point. For writing, we are working on the research report. Again, we're on slides 9 through 11. So you should have created 15 questions total yesterday. So now we've got some questions to research about your topic. So you should be done with the questions. Now we're going to be creating this table to do research. So let's say one of my questions was, why are sharks able to not sink? Why don't they just sink to the bottom of the ocean? When I researched it, I found this source, so I copied that resource into this source page, and then I wrote down my answer to my question in the research part. Sharks are able to move to different depths because of their pectoral fins, which work like airplane wings. They also have livers with a lot of oil, which helps them stay afloat rather than sink. You're going to do this for all of your 15 questions. There's not enough space on this page to do all 15, so I do have 3 slides for you to finish all 15. You're using the exact same questions that you've already written. You just need to find some research. And I think, oops, didn't mean to exit out of that. Try your best to get as much research as you can today for your questions. If you're not able to find all of the questions answers, that's okay. Get as far as you can today, and if you find a really good resource that answers multiple questions, just copy and paste it next to every question you answer with it. And also remember, like I have down here, to use the correct domains so that we're doing accurate research like edu, org, gov, different domains such as those. For reading, we're working on the text questions. You can listen to the story again, you can read it yourself, and then you're working on the text question slides. Please remember to try to use restate the question. You have 8 questions to answer today. So try your best to show your comprehension about our story this week through that activity. We talked about the Earth's rotation last week. Today we're going to be talking about the Earth's revolution. So rotation's talking about when you spin in a circle. Revolution's talking about going around an object. So this is looking a little bit closer at what you've been working about with the patterns of the sun, and you're going to be looking closer at seasons. This one you don't need any papers or anything. You just click the preview the activity and it will go through all the steps for you. For social studies, I have a scavenger hunt. We've done one like this in class before. The questions are here. And feel free, if you don't want to use the resource I gave you, you can always just research these questions. There are 8 questions to answer. It's just about how the United States came to be. And I can add another resource or two to this assignment. So if you don't want to use the individual little readings that go with them, you can also use those. But the United States went from the 13 colonies to the full 50 states, and we're just talking a little bit about how on earth did we go, where did those chunks of land come from, and what were they, how did they become part of the United States. So I'll add a couple more resources in case you don't want to use Mr. N. If you do want to use Mr. N, the login information is here, and I've loaded the student dashboard. Just log in as me and I can show your Google Class or your dashboard. I loaded the dashboard with all of the information. You can either click them individually or you can click this one and you can just click a chunk of land. So that first question talked about Texas, I believe. The annexation of Texas resulted in blank war. So if I click on Texas, which I know that state is right here, I can look in here for the war that occurred. You can also listen to these in the student view. I can't on my view, but you should be able to click the listen, or you can simply Google the answer and see if you can quickly do that too. I'll also add another resource in case you want to use that. For grammar, adjectives hasn't been working this week. I don't know if Quill is overwhelmed or what, so skip it unless the link works, then you can go ahead and try that. For Easter, we're doing a fun little art project that I know you've done before with Mrs. Gillespie. I have my example here. And I have a 4-minute video as to the directions for the assignment, so I'm not going to go into those. But I do have a video to go along with Easter Sunday just to get your brain thinking about Easter vocabulary. And then you're going to make a word art, and I don't know if this will just open for you. This is the one that I made. It was very simple because I was making it quickly. But I just want you to be thinking about the words we associate with Easter and just use it to make an Easter-related image. Then use the directions in here to comment your word art so that I can check them out. For lesson 24, you should be working on your spelling packet, just working on the assignments that you have for this list. I did take down the word sort. I don't know why the activity was completed. Sorry, Dottie had an itch. So you just have your packet here instead. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. See you later.